Alright, so we're back with Aegislash. So the thing about Aegislash, it actually got nerfed, not really as much as people think it is. So Aegislash no longer has Night Slash, going on future evidence data later, but it's still really, really good. I put my old Aegislash video below, but I'm just going to give a quick summary of why it's still really, really good despite the fact that it no longer has Night Slash. So the thing about Aegislash is its typing is ridiculously good. As you see here, it sports 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 resistances. You resist 12 typings in the game. You resist Charmers, Dragon Breath users, and fighters. And like it's so tanky. It has a 209. It's so tanky and it has such great overall like stamina stats. It's just a monster of a tank. That even if you do hit it with what it's weak against, it's still going to do very well, or it's going to leave you with a huge amount of damage before it actually goes down. Enter Aegislash. So Aegislash is still very, very good, like I mentioned. Great typing, an absolute monster that will absolutely flip the meta still, and very few mixes, and a ton of resistances. If you get a positive match with Aegislash, you're going to go through hell before you take it down. Now, the thing about Aegislash, yes, it did lose Night Slash. However, not just Aegislash, the entire family also lost Night Slash. So, Onage and Doublade no longer have Night Slash. Which is, it's okay. Like, it's not that, like, honestly, it's not that bad. Aegislash is a little expensive, though. Maxed out near 1500, especially if you're going to use it at level 50, you can max it out. So, because of that, it's very, very powerful still, and it's going to cost, but, like I said, it's going to cost you quite a bit of dust. Aegislash still has a monster of a move pool. Fury Cutter, Psycho Cut, Shadow Ball, and Flash Cannon. As you see, the DPS ratio is ridiculous with Psycho Cut and Shadow Ball, and it also has Flash Cannon, which means it has very good stab moves that can close out matches or like force you to take shields. Because of it's still very dominant. Like you'll see, just like, especially at like level 50, you'll see. Well, we're just gonna analyze just how dominant Aegislash still is, even though it doesn't have Night Slash. Alright, so Aegislash is really, really interesting. As you see here, I put a level 50. Here's a level Psycho Cut, Fury Cutter variation. I also put a level 50 variation. So this one's level 50, so max at level 50 for both Fury Cutter and for Psycho Cut. So I did it for both of them. Also, I put the Night Slash variant below just so that you have a reference. And then this is going to be the current Great League. As you see, if you run the sim, this is what you get. You still have a really good matchup. As you see here, you still beat a majority of what you're like you would normally beat without Flash Cannon without Night Slash in the one shield. As you see, you're still able to beat Azu in the one shield with everything but the Shadow Ball, Gyro Ball with except the Fury Cutter variation. Level 50 does flip this though. As you see, level 50 Aegislash is a beast because with the level 50 version, you actually you flip the Azu matchup with having Fury Cutter, and with the level 50 Aegislash, you also flip Bastiodon. So level 50 Aegislash really does matter. As you see here in the one shield, you still flip really relevant matchups. You still beat Driplim. The Fury Cutter variation doesn't do it, but like the Psycho Cut variation does, as you do get stabbed. As you see here, you still beat a ton of matchups. Level 50 is able to flip crazy matchups. As you see, level 50 Aegislash flips Bastiodon. You're able to flip Bastiodon. You're going to lose against Haunter just because Haunter's a monster and it will take your... This is where you kind of lose matchups. Night Slash would have been really good for Aegislash because you could just Night Slash away, but even then, if you're able to land a Shadow Ball on Haunter, you're still able to win. So, it's not... Haunter isn't an all-seeing loss. You do beat Hypno, you still beat Lapras, you still beat Machamp. You still would lose against Mandibuzz. As you see here, you need Night Slash just because Mandibuzz does resist Psycho Cut. It also resists Shadow Ball, and it would even resist Night Slash. So Night Slash didn't matter with some matchups, as you see. With the level 50 version, you're actually able to beat Alolan Marowak with the Shadow Ball, Gyro Ball variation. So as you see, level 50 Aegislash is still a monster. Just because it lost Night Slash, that doesn't mean you still can't beat it with Aegislash. As you see, your Aegislash level 50 does take out Alolan Marowak. And you do lose some matchups now without Night Slash. For example, you lose the Mew matchup now, even with the level 50, just because Shadow Claw chunks, unfortunately. You could still flip this, though, as you see here. If you do the Mew matchup, when you fight Mew, that's the one shield. You still beat it in the zeros, or if you have shield advantage. So you're still able to beat Mew in certain scenarios. You still lose against Munchlax and Obstagoon, unless you're holding level 50 Fury Cutter, as you see here. But point taken is, you still beat a ton of matchups. Scrafty actually loses against the Fury Cutter version. I don't know why this is flipped, but Fury Cutter Aegislash flips Scrafty. It also flips Shiftry. So, Fury Cutter does have use versus Psycho Cut. However, Psycho Cut also does have use, as without Psycho Cut, with Psycho Cut, you actually lose, let's see. Actually, Fury Cutter does really decent. Like, it looks like it really is up to you, but the Fury Cutter variation does very well against a lot of the meta. As you see here, if you have a level 50 version, you will still beat. So, Psycho Cut and Fury Cutter do have uses. It looks like the Fury Cutter variation in fact, is able to flip a lot of matchups. You can run Psycho Cut, however, Fury Cutter also does a ton of damage. As you see here, either version will still do. As you see, you'll still beat it regardless. You beat so much meta picks even without Night Slash. It's nuts. Like, it's amazing just how powerful Aegislash is. Even without Night Slash. Even without Night Slash, you're still able to just tear through so much of the meta with Aegislash in the one shield that it's still worthy of a 10 out of 10 rating. That's not a lot. Yeah, it's still worthy of a 10. You're still going to lose against Sableye, Scrafty, like a lot of dark types or ground types like G Stunfisk anyways, but like it's still a beast. A force to be reckoned with. It's absolutely nuts just how powerful Aegislash is, especially at level 50, even without Night Slash. Alright, so as you see here, here's Pokeminer's official Twitter. I definitely recommend following this because they are like one of the first to give like information regarding like mining, movesets, etc. As you see here, there's a few changes. A lot of these are really random. For example, Quilladin getting Vine Whip instead of Razor Leaf. Chestnut learning Smackdown. It's really weird. Like, Chestnut doesn't need Smackdown. That's dumb. Frogadier not learning Night Slash is dumb, too. They really just made something so they don't to cover up Aegislash not getting Night Slash. Like, I'm pretty sure someone from the Twitter gods of Niantic's world heard us say something about Aegislash being really broken, so they just, like, nerfed it. Like, thank you for taking credit for our analysis. Well, Niantic is a garbage company anyways, so I'm just gonna put that there. Anyways, there's some other things, like Aurora's no longer is Mirror Coat. Like, they fixed some things, like some charge moves not being fast moves, etc. So, like, them taking out Night Slash still doesn't... Like I said, once you see, like, the technical summary and we look at the actual, like, multi-battle simulator, like overall, like how broke would it be now even with Night Slash? Like you'll see just how powerful it is. It's still really good, especially like as a finisher or just being able to take shields, especially against positive matchup. Alright, so I still gave Aegislash a 10 out of 10. No, seriously, this is why. So this is the rating in the one shield with Aegislash with Psycho Cut. 78%. This is what happens when you have a level 50. When you have a level 50, you go from 78 to 84. You flip so many matchups with the level 50 version, and even if, like, that's, yeah, it's just nuts at how strong it is. Here's its old power, so we'll do this. So 78 versus, we give it Night Slash, with, that's Nightshade. Nightshade is a bad dude. Night Slash. You give it Night Slash, this is what you get. So Night Slash, we get 87. So 87 with the level 40 version and the level 50 version gives us 89. So in other words, there is, as long as, like, there's only a 5% difference in between the two. And if you put them side to side, you'll still lose pretty much mostly the same matchups versus the other way around. In other words, even without Night Slash, Aegislash is still a monster. It's still a beast. You take away Night Slash, you give it Gyro Ball. You take out one component, it still goes down only 82%. It goes down to 82. So you lose 7% of your matchups. At level 50, this thing is a freaking destroyer.
as you see, 84. So even though you did nerf it, at level 50, it's still really good. It's like, it's still a monster. Aegislash takes out so many Pokemon in so many scenarios, that's not even funny. This is just a 1 shield, too. If we do it in the zeros, like, or you give it to 2 shields, so if we gave Aegislash shields, it still does really nice. See, 80% versus most of the matchup in the 2 shield. It's level 50. You give it level 40. Not much of a drop-off. See, 77. Still does extraordinarily well. In the 2 to 0s, assuming that Aegislash still has 2 shields, here's what happens. You still win 100% of the matchups. You give Aegislash 2 shields, it's still going to run over a majority of the meta. And by the way, that's at level 40. At level 50, guess what? That result doesn't change. 2 to 0s, Aegislash beats everything but Umbreon? Well, I can see why it happens, but, like, I still... Yeah, that's... Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's weird. But, I'm... Okay, one... Yeah, loses against one thing, okay? Why level 40... Why do you lose against the level 41? Okay, that's weird, but you know what? You know what? Let's do this for science. For science. Because you have Flash Cannon, so, like, let's do for science. So, if... It's level 40... So, level 40, you're able to get there. Now, level 50. Let's see level 50. I'm guessing it's because your attack stat's higher. Yeah, it's attack stat. So, like, level 50... Ironically, a level 50 Aegislash actually loses against Umbreon, but you know, it's still really good. So, in other words, Aegislash is still a beast. Even though it doesn't have Night Slash, it's still, like, a 10 out of 10 mon. It still will destroy so many things. Especially with level 50 capability, Aegislash will look like it will... Once it releases, you can expect to see it in the Great League meta, like, for sure. You're going to see a lot of these running around, and it's going to force you to have coverage against it, even though it doesn't have Night Slash. That's how good Aegislash is. Anyways, if you guys like this video, please like and sub. Again, yes, it was nerfed, but it wasn't really that bad. Like, yeah. Like, the boost would have made... It's still overpowered. It still has great stats. An incredible wall against many of the meta, and level 50 Aegislash is still a monster. Even level 40 is a monster, so Aegislash is still a beast. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, but for those of you that were really hoping that Aegislash is still really good after the Night Slash debuff, guess what? It's still a monster. It's still going to practically shape the meta of Go Battle League in Pokemon Go PvP.